Hey everyone, this is Kevin with Demiley Design, and today what I thought I would do is sort of an organizational video, how I organize my space for soap making, and kind of walk you through what I do, and that's it. So behind me is my kitchen, and that's where I do all of my soap making. And so I'm going to walk you through, I just sort of wanted to give you kind of the big picture. So directly behind me is my sink, and then over here is the fridge. And the kitchen island is directly behind me, and that's where I usually film my videos and make my soap. And I have some of my supplies that I keep up here so that I can sort of make soap quickly, efficiently, and process it and do all those kinds of things. So that's what I'm going to walk through today. Okay, so let's do a little bit of a close-up on where I keep the majority of my supplies. Okay, so here behind me is sort of my main storage section for a lot of my soap making stuff. This is my green rooster, which I really love, but when I'm making soap, he gets moved out of the way, just to the side over here. And so then I have a nice space sort of to work, and that's easy to clean up. I have in these plastic containers here, I have my master batched lye, which is the smaller container on top, and my master batched oils, which is the larger one on the bottom. Now, right now it's empty because I'm trying to go through sort of my last batch of oils. And I actually don't even typically pour from here. This is sort of my reservoir where I keep all of my master batched oils. When I want to actually soak, I have some just jug containers that I filled up with my master batch oils, and that's usually what I soak directly from. This is what I use to fill those up. So I'll show you the bottles of oils in just a minute, but when I want to fill those up, I usually just take this, because my master batch recipe has both shea and cocoa butter in it, so it's typically firm-ish, right? It's not like a liquid. So I will take this container and I will put it in my my sink. I'm lucky enough to have a big farmhouse sink that I will just fill with hot tap water. That's it, just sort of fill it up with hot tap, not even fill it up, just enough to sort of cover the oils. And then I just let it sit there for a half hour or whatever it is, and it will loosen up and become liquid, and then I will, from this big container, it has a spigot on it, and that's what I fill my bottles that I use to actually make soap with. So those are the plastic containers for that. And then in here, I have a lot of my supplies. So on the very top shelf are my molds that I use most frequently. So on the very top shelf is my molds that I use most frequently. So I have my tall and skinny mold and my Essential Depot red mold with the wire basket. And then I have some smaller craft ones that I use sometimes for small batches. On this shelf here, it's kind of a mixture. I have some of my plastic mixing containers and measuring stuff. And then I have these, you can see these white boxes that are all labeled. So in here I have fragrance oils. In this one I have kind of a mixture of stuff. I have natural colorants like woad and indigo and things like that, as well as silk and just a couple of things there. This one is all my other colorants. So I have my liquid colorants in here from Celestial Colors. And then here I have some more fragrance oils. This one's actually kind of empty. Most of my fragrance oils are in this one. And then here I have, it's just labeled miscellaneous, but I have my gloves, my apron, so there's some glass mixing bowls in here and things like that I use. Some more fragrance oils over here. And then on the bottom I have all my essential oils. Some more fragrance oils. I have a lot of fragrance oils. and then some more fragrance oils and essential oils. And then these also contain, like I have my little pipettes and my measuring things that are also contained in here. But they're all nice and organized. It's easy to bring them down, and then just put them on my work surface. And you can see this is my colorants. So this is my Celestial Colors down here in the bottles. That's a liquid colorant. These are micas of different sorts, and then I have some oxides and things in here. Again, remember, you know, I'm pretty much a small-scale hobbyist soaper, so I know it seems like a lot, but there's probably people out there that make a ton more than me. And then down here in my drawers, so this is where I have the space to do some work, but here I have a drawer full of additives. So I have Fuller's Earth, clays, salts, oatmeal. These are natural additives for the most part, like chamomile, and let's see what else is in here. Myrrh powder, arrowroot, kelp powder, some madder roots, here's some alfalfa powder, things like that. This is white willow bark. I have some herbs from my garden that I put in some of my soaps. They're all in there. And then this one has some of my small measuring containers. This is what I use to mix up my micas and things. My piping things, so the piping tips. Some of these I haven't used. My goggles, my temperature, my scale. A few other supplies are in here. The dividers for the red mold are in here. I also have like a syringe that I use for some of my design elements. And this is a really tiny scale that measures in really small amounts. Mostly for like lotion crafting. Sometimes I have to use small amounts. So, or if I'm doing an experiment and I'm only doing a small amount. So that's all in there. So this is the main soaping area. And then on the kitchen island itself, let's see. So the kitchen island itself, I have a drawer over here that's sort of dedicated to soaping also. And this is next to where I do the majority of my work, when I'm actually making the soap. That other space is more of the prep space. So in here I have spatulas and chopsticks and spoons, all the things to mix stuff, little silicone cupcake molds, my frother is in here for mixing up micas, the stick blender head is in here. And then on the bottom, I actually am lucky enough to have storage under here that has an electrical outlet. So I have my bowls that I use to make soap. They're right here. And then my stick blender is already plugged in. And I can just pull it out from under there and set it on my counter. And then when I'm all done, I can leave the top in to get clean. And then I just put this back in here and close it up, and I'm ready to go. So that's the island. And then I have one other space up here in the kitchen. Okay, so this is a little closet that I have in my kitchen. And it's got cleaning supplies in it and my coats, but I actually put some shelving over here. So this is where I have my gloves. But so this is where I keep my bottle of oil. This is what I soap from. So when I want to soap, again, my mixtures tends to stay kind of hard or semi, it's not liquid. I'll take this and just fill up a pan full of hot water and dunk it and just let it sit there for a half hour while I'm getting my other stuff ready. So this is what I fill up from that big plastic bottle. So I have my pre-mixed master batch oils in here. I have other stuff in here too. I have emulsifying wax. Some other oils are stored down in shelves that are just like castor and pomace and all the other stuff. My shea butter and cocoa butter all down on that shelf down there. This middle shelf, whoops. The middle shelf has my soap cutter in it. You can see back there. And then this has lotion making stuff in it. So usually much smaller quantities of lotion stuff. So that's all in there. And then I have just some random stuff that's in here. Now, in my, so that's it for the majority. In my basement, I actually have a storage room that just has some wooden shelving. So I do have some stuff stored down there. I have some, like my molds, my silicone molds, and my empty jars for like creams and lotions. The empty jars themselves are just in big boxes. So some stuff is stored downstairs, not in this room. But the majority of the stuff to actually make soap is kind of up here. And I do have another box that's up here that has my round PVC molds in it too. So most of my stuff is located in the kitchen itself. I do have this also. So this is a vinyl cover that I made. So it has, I didn't do a lot of sewing. I actually duct taped some of it, but it has elastic in it, so it stretches, and I made it to fit my kitchen island. So when I'm soaping, I take this, I clean off the kitchen island, I throw this on top of it, it fits right around the corners, nice and snug, and then it protects my kitchen countertop. Not that it should get hurt at all because it's granite, but, you know, just to keep it nice and things like that, and I like to sort of be neat and organized. But I made that out of just a piece of vinyl from a discount supply. Okay, that's it. So I hope you enjoyed sort of the tour of my kitchen and how I organize my soaping stuff. And that's it for today. And oh, actually, I will have a soap video up later today. I'm going to be making some soap. So I probably won't have that video up today because I'll need to, you know, the soap will need to rest and cut. So I'll be making soap today, but the video will probably be up in a day or two. So, all right, that's it from Divinely Designed. Comments, questions, leave them below. If you like this video, click on that thumbs up button. If you're not subscribed to my channel, please click on that subscribe button and check back here at Divinely Designed for more videos on soap, bath and beauty, paper crafting, card making, all those kinds of things here at Divinely Designed. Okay, bye all.